Well, part of my decision was based on if there is a mass infection in Yavapai County, we do not have the medical facilities to handle it. Nobody in the state would. And I think it's premature to close long term because we don't have all the information. But like the rest of the board said, we have students, family coming off of international trips. Were they exposed? But we won't know. And we have a population of special needs that are highly susceptible. And again, 18% of our school are being raised by the grandparents. I think taking the additional week can let our staff be more focused on things if it goes long term. Because the kids haven't been here for a week, we don't know where they've been. They come back and introduce something to the rest of the population, then we could have a whole new epidemic.
I think one of the most encouraging things that has happened in our community in the last several days is how many people have stepped up to offer help. It's amazing for me to realize how many people feel compassion toward our students and toward our staff. They know that more than 60% of our kids receive 8 meals a week from us here at the school. And I've had everybody from community members. I've had churches, some of our larger churches in the area, contact me. I've even had college kids reach out to me via Facebook Messenger and say, hey, the college is sending us home for 3 weeks. What do you need help with? What can we do? And I've had personnel from Yavapai College who live in our community say, hey, we understand what this is going to mean to the community. What do you need help with? We're here to help you do it. And I would say, when we have challenges in our society, school is where everybody comes together, and it has been very, very encouraging. This governing board had a very difficult decision to make and agonized over this decision. Ultimately, their first priority is health and safety of staff and students, and to do what's best for the community, and the community is showing that they appreciate that. During the period of closure that we'll be experiencing this coming week, which for Chino Valley is 4 days, we're asking our 12-month staff to report on Monday as normal, and the 12-month staff are the administrators, our custodians, our business office folk. People will be available to answer phones, but our facilities will be closed to the public. That's going to allow our maintenance staff to continue doing the cleaning and the deep cleaning that they've been doing. But we also have our outsourced food service groups at EXO has come up with a contingency plan starting tomorrow to pack grab-and-go lunches for students. So what we're going to do is, and we'll post the times on the website, so people should still always refer to Chino Valley Schools, plural.com, for the latest information. But we have a short turnout driveway at Territorial, and we'll set up an easy up out there so people can readily see where they're supposed to go. They'll be able to pull into that turnout, grab sack lunches, free sack lunches for every kid 18 and under, whether they attend Chino Valley Schools or not, and go on. So they don't have to mingle with other people or talk to other people, but we will have the food service available for students. We're also working on some other contingency plans. We're kind of asking for these first 2 days just to not have our 10 and 11 month staff present, which would be our teachers and our paraprofessionals and our therapists, things like that, to allow us time to work out some plans at the district level. On Wednesday, we'll bring all the other staff back, and then we'll work together on if this continues and if we need to extend this time away from school more, we'll work on what that means at the classroom level. Also, we're considering things like our bus drivers still know all the runs. Kids have a habit of getting to their regular stops, and so we have paraprofessionals who could help prepare and assemble sack meals for kids. They could ride the buses with the drivers and hand meals out at the bus stops. Those are some kinds of things that we're considering. Not saying that's exactly what we'll end up with in our plan, but those are the plans that we're doing. It's our goal to make sure that nobody misses any kind of a paycheck whatsoever, and so even though we're asking our teaching staff and our paraprofessionals paraprofessional staff not to report until Wednesday. They don't have to put in for leave or anything like that. We know where everybody is at this point. They're not here. And it's our goal to make sure that nobody misses a paycheck and that kids get meals. Those are very important. Our campuses will be clean, they'll be safe, and they'll be ready to receive kids when the governing board decides that day should come. So one of the things that we'd like the community to know is what a gut-wrenching decision this really was for the governing board. We care very deeply for the students. We care very deeply for the staff. And these decisions are not reached lightly, nor are they made simply because the neighboring districts are doing it or other people somewhere else in the state are doing it. This board decided to meet and to really spend time and take input from the community and to hear from our staff as well. And I think more than anything, I feel very, very encouraged not only by the generosity of their time and willingness to listen to comments from the board, but I've also been just really overwhelmed and blessed by the quality and quantity of support we're receiving from our community, who really understand that these are unique and challenging times and that we have people with need. And I think that speaks very highly of our rural community. People want to help their neighbors and they want to help kids, but they also want to look out for the most vulnerable among us. So I feel very, very encouraged by the constituency in our community and by the leadership that this board is showing.